I was pretty happy with the first 3 episodes, even though many people didn't share this opinion. Will the 4th entry continue this streak? Will there be a small dip, or will it be a fail? Hi there, it's Micha. Join me if you like to get my take on this. My review for the last episode got quite long, so I will try to make this one short. Here we go. After episode 3 gave us a flashback to Osha and May's childhood and the incident on their homeworld, this episode brings us back to the main storyline. It takes place on planet Kofar, where her associate Khmer has located the 3rd Jedi on May's kill list, the Wookiee Kel Naka.
You know, your sister being alive doesn't change anything. You need to kill the Wookiee. You made a deal.
While the two make their way to his dwelling, Osha decided to leave Coruscant, but is recruited once more by Saul to help him capture May without her being killed.
I don't want May to get hurt. I know you don't either.
She's a murderer.
But she's still your family.
Soon a larger group of Jedi also make their way across the planet, using a tracker to find the Wookiee. And while Osha struggles with her feelings for May,
I couldn't accept what I'd lost. The resentment that I felt for my sister, even though I missed her at the same time.
We're not defined by what we lose. We're defined by what we survive.
May also has a change of heart.
I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to kill a Jedi without a weapon. I don't need to keep this deal.
You were wrong. Osha being alive changes everything. My loyalty is to Osha, not your master. What I'm going to do is surrender myself to Kel Naka, and then turn myself into the Jedi.
No, stop!
However, when she tried to do so, she finds the Jedi already dead, freshly slain.
He's here.
Realizing that her master is already here, he soon after makes his entrance.
Watch out! Run!
Proving his strength against even a group of Jedi, where this episode ends on a cliffhanger. This episode basically sets up the big event we will see in the next one. Not sure if there is a specific term like exposition episode or transitional episode, one that just brings you from A to B without much impact on the overall plot. I know this sounds like the very definition of a filler episode, and maybe it kinda was one, but we also gained a lot of insight, so it was not wasted time. Speaking about time though, with only 33 minutes, just around 26 if you subtract the recap and credits, this was the shortest episode so far. And this would be my big complaint, that they could have kept that big fight they teased at the end of this chapter. There was for sure enough time, and that way, this entry couldn't even be considered to be a filler. Just saying. But now let's look at the insights we gained.
The High Council would be obliged to inform the Senate. A scandal like this would inspire fear and mistrust. We should handle this ourselves.
So the Jedi are keeping things under wraps, which is a bit shady, but I guess somewhat understandable. And apparently it is not just May one should be worried about.
I fear May is only a small part of her master's larger plan. Some sort of shift. Something to tip the scales.
What might that be? And how is killing these 4 Jedi part of it? We learn though that there is a reason her master requests a kill without a weapon.
Attacking a defenseless person goes against everything the Jedi stands for. How do you kill someone like that?
Why that is important to him is still unknown, and why he seems to be even more invested in the killings than May ever was.
I want this more than anything, but it's impossible. And if I don't do it, they'll kill me.
Apparently it is less a master and apprentice situation, but more of a pact that is going on there. And for May, the belief that Osha died was central. So what is the lie she was told there? And by whom? Even though she killed before, which is never justified, working on false information means she likely really is not beyond saving.
When I told May you were alive, her eyes softened. She became a different person. there is still good in her. The part of her that loves you.
Then we have a reference to the Witch's Coven by Karnaka having their symbol on the wall. What is this about? Besides the cliffhanger about how the fight will end, there is of course the question of who is behind the mask. Not sure if that is a red herring or a too sloppily concealed hint, but right now it seems quite obvious that it is Khmer. I mean, he knows the Wookiee's location, vanished for a while without us seeing him, and he is pretty much the only one aware of May struggling with her task, which would be the only reason he takes the Wookiee out himself. By the way, the dead Jedi looked quite peaceful, so did he also go willingly? If it is Khmer, then what is his motive? Has he a connection to the Coven? Well, we will see along the way. And with that being said, let's get to the rating. Again, keeping it short. It was a solid episode that mainly set up the next big event, but gave us some insights into the main characters. Though it didn't propel the plot much, it was also not boring. I wish though that they would have shown the fight's outcome in this episode, as that would have lent more gravitas to this chapter. Therefore I'm detracting a point from the score I gave the previous entries, which means 7 out of 10 points, as there clearly was room for improvement this time around. So a small dip, but no fail. Let's see what the next episode will reveal. What about you? Did you also think this chapter was too short, or did you like the cliffhanger ending? What is your take on the show overall? Whatever you like to share, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share or subscribe. And like I mentioned each time, if you'd like to get my take on the show's initial controversy and my stance regarding the entire Star Wars franchise, to put things in perspective, then check out my review for the first episode, which is linked in just a second. So much for now, see you next time and thanks for watching. This entry could have even considered, even though she killed before, which is never justified, working on false information. Then we have a reference to the Witch's Coven by Karnaka. If it is Khmer, then what is his motive?